incredibly skilled in the clutch. And honestly, I think as a result of that, we might see a really competitive game on our hands here. Lots of skill, again, to be found on both sides, and we're getting started on the knife round. Who knows how this is actually going to pan out? If I had to take a guess, I'd say Eclipse, just based off the standings, but I know Imperium is in here, so maybe I don't want to be all too biased. Massacre on this knife round. And hey, Imperium, they're already making it work here. Johan, no way, Johan. Oh my god, he's gotten it down to 1v1. There's a TK. This is, oh my god! He just won a 1v4 on a knife round. Okay, maybe Johan is the most clutch player in Eclipse. That's ridiculous. Well, with that, I suppose that Imperium have to kind of take being on the T side. That's a yikes. TK in for good measure. That's a weird one. Well, Eclipse, he'll clutch out the knife round, but let's see if they can go ahead and start themselves off on the good foot. A pistol is always a very lethal one. Usually you see Imperium, from the past times I've seen them, go a lot more quick than they usually do on their overall defaults. Nero, unfortunately, the player I'm not watching at the time, just massacres 2 players down. That's Carter J and Wilkie out of the picture entirely. Imperium, though, will not give up just yet, and they'll push in, continue their escapade on towards the B-bomb site. But the thing is, they're forcefully having it ended. There's been 0 damage done, absolutely 0 on Eclipse. And Imperium, they don't get anything their way. Not a bomb plant, not a kill, nothing. That is nothing short of brutality. Paladin Dense, man, you're welcome, man. Glad to provide a stream. Cover a good bit of MDL games. We're reaching, again, the end of regular season, so I need to cover as many as I can. Nero, with the Yogg, will be holding out mid, and Imperium can't really do much about this, you know? Well, it's going to be pistols versus now 2 players who are stacked up basically in the same area. But, I don't know. I am interested in what a potential move for Imperium would be. It seems that they just want to consolidate and try to make it an A-hit. Ellison, I would imagine the best option for him would be to smoke CT or for the jungle connector. But, no, are they just going to try to do something on the fly? This is peculiar. Not sure how I feel about this. Johan might be able to spot one. Maybe not, though. Oh, there we are. The timing's in his favor. That's one. That's only one. And from here, hopefully, the rest of the Eclipse members can go ahead and absolutely finish this one out, considering the HP and considering Droid is a monster. That's 3 kills. Make it number 4. That way, you can continue to have just an incredible eco. And my god, things are looking good for the Eclipse side. Yo, Imperium, no problem, man. I like casting your games. I think I've casted more of your games than almost anybody else. Loy, do I think... Oh, are you asking if it's, like, stable to make enough money as, like, a full-time job when betting? Honestly, I don't dabble in betting at all. I think so, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not my area of expertise whatsoever, but people are crazy. Who knows? I always feel like there's an option for almost anything at this point. Hell, I make my living because of video games, so anything can happen, can't it? Eclipse Esports have been doing anything but allowing the Imperium side to make their living, as they have just been dying almost immediately as they try to make their push in. But I thought that was a good mid-round call that they made last time. You know, sometimes an A hit is basically your only kind of option. It's just that Droid went absolutely nuclear, and that smoke wasn't really able to go out and be effective at all. So just kind of a series of unfortunate events. Zeptic trading 1-for-1 will begin us into yet another round. Imperium this time, again, I should mention, are on pistols only. So it should be another one where Eclipse just go ahead and close things out solidly, although some contention might lie in the fact that Wilkie is pushing and providing a little bit of cover for his teammates to push in. We see a TK in the midst of everything, as if that is really what Imperium needed. It just seems that everything is going south for this 3rd round, and we should see it all evened up. Not all evened up, excuse me, all squared up. into a 3-0 scoreline. It's Wilkie against 4. While he has managed to snag 1 kill, I'm pretty sure Eclipse are just playing this really, really solidly from here on out. Good read on potential pre-aiming angles. I'm not sure if this angle from John is going to be something they're quite ready for. Yeah, just a freebie. And it's a good luck. Eclipse, still flawless. That wasn't the real challenge, however. This is going to be the real challenge. It's 3-0, and finally rifles can be afforded all the way across the table for the T side. And if you actually had a keen eye, you can notice that Heretic has decided to pick up the AWP. I pointed him out, as one of the players to watch, because I think he really has a pretty sick amount of skill, of individual talent. However, talent be damned. You can't do anything with it if you're just being wide peeked by Nero over in apartments. A very foreign angle that I don't feel like we see adopted by CT teams whatsoever, much less Eclipse. But hey, it's a good start. Smoke out over towards window for good measure, and eventually Heretic will go ahead and rid the beast that is Nero. Avenging his teammate, Carter J. Your death will not go in vain, my friend. And with that kill found, I think they realize that, hey, that was a B player. How about we go ahead and try to make this into a B hit? Eclipse Esports, they've already rotated. It's vital that John finds that first frag, but the fact that he doesn't means that Zeptic now has to do an insane amount of legwork, basically because he can't have a teammate to rely on. He only gets 1, and that is not nearly enough for Eclipse, to make this round clean. Eventually, his life will go up in flames, and we'll enter a 2v3 here with Imperium on the forefront. This isn't impossible by any stretch of the imagination. It becomes incredibly difficult, but Johan, he's a man who loves the nice difficult challenge. Trades all the way across the board, but who again but Heretic. He opens us up for Imperium, and he will close us out. 2 kills on the round, but both incredibly impactful. Shut down any clutch attempt that could have been seen. And that is a wonderful job. It's just unfortunate that John wasn't really able to do anything from that position. He was kind of caught in transition there. Heretic. My God. He's not allowing Zeptic to get anything in that. But, you know, back to the point real quick. I just feel like John, unfortunately, kind of got stuck while he was trying to move. And unfortunately, when you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place like that, you're just eventually going to be losing a fight if they just try to take it with you. So timing was not in his favor whatsoever. That's a really good way for your Imperium to pick up their first round, however, because with that, they've broken the economy. I've kind of neglected to mention it up until now, but there's only pistols for the Eclipse side, and basically none of them are doing anything. There is that 1 cheese kill onto the P250 from Wilkie, and there's actually another with the gun that Johan has picked up, but that is surely all that they get away with. An infinitesimally small chance that there's actually more out of this. That chance will be made to a nice big goose egg. As the Eclipse, they have 2 guns and they do deny the bomb plant. While it isn't exactly a terrible eco round, I don't know. It's not the most impressive thing in the world. I don't think it's necessarily a bad front on them. I just think Imperium played it well, trying each other out. Only qualm I saw was maybe having one push out A main and just, unfortunately, again, kind of getting ruined by that close angle held by, I believe it was John. That's another round that Eclipse can go ahead and forward guns, however. So that's really all that matters for Eclipse. It's not about really how much they do. It's about how much they can make for themselves. There's 1 player lurking in Palace for Imperium, and it seems that this has all the makings of a potential A split, sitting 3 through a connector. I would like to see maybe someone to go out and help Wilkie, because the thing is, there is a really big potential for perhaps a ramp push or something. If someone were just kind of wiggle up or at least get a bit more, I guess, interested in some information before an execute begins, it could be really, really lethal for Imperium. Maybe they realize that. Maybe they have some other cue to go off of. But either way, they will decide to maybe not mess with it in the traditional sense. There it is. The ramp rotate. Imperium know what's up. There's a reason they're in MDL. Now it's just a matter of winning these gunfights and making it a clean execute Qs. He lurks under window and could be a really great pincer. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Imperium to pick up another round. I smoke a Molotov out and 30 seconds left on the clock. When is the move going to be made? There's 3 players all sitting in ramp room, just ready to push out at any given moment here. Johan has such an incredible burden to go ahead and shoulder here, and he's done the best he can. It's only going to amount to 1 kill. Droid is being pushed, but that's going to be a free kill for him. We're traded again. Wilkie takes down Nero, and with barely any time on the clock, we're entering a post plant. 1 kill found for Droid for good measure, and thing is, Eclipse Esports, although they don't have a kit, this is still looking very, very good for them. Despite the lack of util that they have, Imperium now are forced to take gunfights, and that's something that they're incredibly comfortable with, as Ellison will gladly show off. It's been 3 in the round for him, and he's looking for number 4. Zeptic is the only man now that he has to take down. The first fight goes to Zeptic, but can the second? No! It's Ellison with 4 kills in the round to bring it all evened up. That was beautifully played, quite honestly. Ellison, I think, really needed to go off. I mentioned a couple of the players from Imperium that I wanted to point out as maybe being... What, Imperium? What? If you do all capitals, POG. Oh my god, that's nasty! I wasn't even paying attention, but I look over and Nero hits a banger. I'm sorry, Imperium, I'll talk to you about my silly Franker Faces emotes a little bit later, because right now... Nero has captured my attention entirely. 1 kill just like that. The second one, I'm not sure if Heretic is going to be looking for. I'm glad they have a good sense of humor about it, man. Oh, Heretic. This is a really cheeky angle. There's no way that they expect this. Is he actually going to get another from this? So there's no way. He's buying so much time. John is now really occupied with this task. And hell, 2 players, 3 players are actually occupied with this one. Eclipse, eventually they'll take him down, but the A-bomb site is going to be free of charge practically, unless Johan can go massive. Unfortunately, the timing, I think, was just a little bit ill. And he looks away just a tiny bit, and that tiny bit of wiggle room is going to be enough for Imperium to go ahead and retaliate. But that doesn't mean the round is over. Droid has picked up another one, this time onto Wilkie. That's a bomb for good measure. So now he has an AK, he has half armor, and he has a damn good chance at closing out this round. Really, all he needs to do is stay alive. 1 more kill. That's not even necessary. He's done more than his job description requires. 13 seconds left. Carter J, you just need to save the gun. You've played yourself with the clock. It takes only patience for Eclipse to go ahead and actually get their 4th. It doesn't take anything crazy. Just patience. Patience is a virtue for a reason, I suppose. Imperium, with the clock timed out, will have a really broken, shattered economical state. They'll pick up everything they can, but you're going to see definite util hits. Definite hits when it comes to artillery as well. And it's a good change of pace here to go ahead and try to force the issue early here. Just a quick push out. Unfortunately, Eclipse Esports, they're very, very well trained for a situation like this. They've dealt with this A hit incredibly well so far, but they're starting to have a little bit more trouble with it. Kuz, I think, gets stuck on the little head glitch angle. Well, trying to jump up, I believe, over towards Palace. I don't know. Either way, it's not going to pan out. Good stuff. Again, Eclipse, they shut down a potential lethality. That's still not exactly an okay state, because if you take a look at the left side of your screen at the moment, you can tell that the money is still struggling a bit for Eclipse. This will have to be a nice little farm round for them here. Those MP9s, I think, are going to have to do a lot of legwork. If not, I mean, que sera. They should be able to force up FAMAS's regardless, as long as they just win this round. So really, Imperium's goal at this point, since winning it is unlikely, is do things like that. Cause some damage if you so possibly can. Droid is stuck taking fights at mid, And while he will get 2, which is, again, I think more than enough, there's still an AWP in window that was completely unaccounted for. Zeptic, I'm not even sure if he wants to pick it up. Save it for the after round. Just go ahead and try to camp this thing. Build up money with this MP9 if he possibly can. There it is. He picks it up. And the bomb will be brought over B. Oh, John, that timing evades him yet again. He gets it on the second go. So all in all, not a terrible round. I'm glad that they're able to farm the rest of these Imperium members to help their CT economy a bit more. Zeptic can drop over that AWP to Nero and then trade an M4 for it. We're staying in pretty okay suits right now. This is, however, a really good time still. You know, the economical advantage is still not exactly there for Eclipse. The CT economy is bitter. It's fragile. It's brittle, excuse me, not bitter. I don't know. I'd be bitter if I was a CT, though. Lack of funding, man. Terrible stuff. Imperium. Again, they try to quicken the pace by taking it towards mid this time. And with window smoke, I like it. But I think they maybe try to prod connector a bit too early, and Eclipse are already watching for it. I know hindsight is 2020, and we have the benefit of being able to kind of third party and say what would have been better in X situation, but I think a flash would have really done Imperium a lot of good. Carter J doesn't give a damn about flashbangs or anything. He just likes to click on noggins, and, well, he'll only be able to do that once. Ellison will have to go ahead and go nuclear here. But unfortunately, that nuclear power plant will be shut down, and Eclipse will now farm their way to 7. Money is getting a little bit better for Eclipse, but they're taking some extremely dire hits that's not allowing them. Like a flawless round, a single flawless round would probably do them a ton of good. No chance is easy, though. Nero opens us up with the AWP. And, okay, I thought a droid was actually going to try to push up top. That'd be too crazy. Too crazy. So now we wait. Imperium obviously have to make a play at this point. This is probably the best round so far for Eclipse, trying to make it flawless. Put nothing past Imperium, though. Again, as I mentioned, they have some great players individually. We saw Ellison go crazy with that 4K a bit earlier on in the game to at least get Imperium to 3. Perhaps he can do it again now that he has a deagle in his hand. No util whatsoever, so no flashbangs to really bank on. And Johan has now come online. He only gets 1 kill, and then, excuse me, it's actually Kuz who's impressing me more than anything. He's trying to go for the safe plant, but nothing is exactly safe when you're up against the Eclipse. The first kill will go the way of Zeptic as he just wide swings right into the site. There's no one there from Imperium covering the bomb planter. And this is frustration on a whole nother level. The complete and utter dismantling of the T side. Boy. It just never gets any bit more palatable. It's still not, you know, a terrible half. If Imperium can pick up a couple of more, it's definitely workable. CT side, I think, will be a bit more favorable for how Imperium like to play. Although I think Mirage, I don't know. I mean, I said it yesterday. I still think it is a little bit more CT favored, even though this game has become a lot more T side. I don't know why, but maybe it's just because of me feeling a lot more comfortable every time I'm on the CT side of things, you know? A meeting in the aisles over towards the B bomb site. Still a couple of players remain, just looking to hold the line. First of which will be John. Oh, that jump spot just found so much info. Look at that. You see the rotates are in, and Nero will get the first, Zeptic with the second, and get ready for the fall. It is again entire dismantling of the T side. These have been the rounds that I think Eclipse are really looking for to completely solidify their economy for the rest of this half. And they've just about done it. 8,000 on Nero, and he has an AWP. Johan also has an AWP. That is a phrase I don't get to say often. Johan with an AWP. Meanwhile, Imperium are just kind of struggling to pay rent at this point, dude. They have a single scout already. It's been removed. Just completely deleted from the server. Oh my god, was there actually another kill? I'm just going to go ahead and leave this on to auto director. Johan. Yo, I think Moopy, you had the right idea about Johan having an op. Because he is indeed Pog. And Droid, he's already out TV room? What the hell is going on? Is there any rules to this? Or is it just straight up DM for Eclipse? A complete, just, I don't know, restructuring of the way that Eclipse usually play their CT side. And my god, are they looking good because of it. That wasn't the most, like, crazy round. Like, I'm not trying to make this anything more than it actually was. That was just kind of rifles versus pistols, but again, they know how to make it look pretty. Oh, Nero. This could be a good one. Doesn't even need to see his enemy. That smoke goes out, and oh my god, they're actually... Wait, they're not checking for Nero. Why haven't they checked for Nero? There you have it. Kuz has to do it all by himself, apparently. He gets 2 kills, but really? You just... Is object permanence not a strong suit? I don't know. Okay. Well, Ellison, you're a monster. But maybe not in this case. He looks way at the wrong time. That round is over very, very quickly. It's hard to find yourself excited. Well, it's a final one of the first half, and it's a good time for a tactical pause to be called. Imperium have basically got nothing going for them. They're just trying to stay alive in this MDL season, much less this game. I'm just wondering, like, I'm looking at the buy right now. Are they just trying to upgrade pistols? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, now they all have deeks. John, you should be getting another flashbang, homie. Where is it? Wow, really, John? I'm really hoping that him only having one flashbang, like, screws him over or something like that. Bro, you have 8550. Just buy it, bro. God. You don't have to be this frugal. Regardless, it is the last round of the half. 11-4, I feel like, is a bare minimum that Imperium really need. Although I think 12-3 is the cursed halftime score where comebacks can always happen. And maybe not in this case. Johan, apparently that wasn't through the smoke, but I had no idea that he could even see anything from there. Good change and a nice A hit from Imperium will go ahead and completely make me eat my words. A retake will begin, and Wilkie, good! He gets flashed in by his teammate. Unfortunately, he's not ready for the close CT angle already, and he is going to get caught off by Zeptic, but that was good. I want to see more like that from Imperium. You know, just don't be afraid to go ahead and try to divulge for a little bit more map space or anything like that. And it's going to be so much easier when you're on the CT side of things, I'm certain. But that would be a clean finish for Imperium. It's not going to be a ton of momentum, but that last round going their way so convincingly and effectively shutting down the auto sniper, I don't know. I can keep myself excited. Well, now we wait. Halftime has gone through. The halftime break is always going to be fun. Gonna head and looking at the map betas again. Surprised that map betas. I'm looking at the maps that Eclipse decided to ban to actually make it get to this point. Obviously, insta-ban onto Nuke, that makes sense to me. Train, I can also see that, and I'm surprised that Eclipse don't seem to mess with Overpass at all. They really only seem to like Mirage, Inferno, and seemingly D2? Seemingly Nuke as well, but, I mean, Imperium are kind of sick on Nuke from what we've seen so far. They have a 75% win rate. Sure, small sample size, but this is over teams like Vibrio Pro and Thunder Logic. Huh. Take a nice sip of water before the carnage breaks loose. It was an incredibly one-sided half last time around. And Imperium, although they were able to get that last round together, overall, it's been a little bit rough around the edges. Eclipse Esports, basically, if they win this pistol, I would have winning the entire thing. You know, I just feel like it's a bit too late for a comeback when we've seen so many games, so many rounds that are pretty one-sided towards the end of that first half. Already, Eclipse have found 3 kills, and I'm barely done even expressing my thoughts on this pistol. And 4 kills. Is it seriously going to be a flawless one? Oh my god. It took 28 seconds for that round to finish. 28. How do you even do that? I swear to God, these guys are going to be at the next Games Done Quick for how fast I can finish off a map. That is unbelievable. No chance for Imperium if they don't try to force up, so you'll, as you might imagine, see a force up. I find it hard to exactly be excited by the prospect of this actually working out. Eclipse are watching for basically every angle in the book, and they're going to try to make this into a connector split, which could be a vital issue, could be a vital problem. Carter J, never mind. He gets spotted, so he's just going to get pre-aimed, removed. Although he has fought back a good amount, getting only 1 kill is not nearly enough. And, yep, this force is a disaster. Heretic tries to put on a show for us, but it's just overwhelming, Eclipse. Again, I still firmly stand by what I'm saying when I think Imperium, they have it in them. But this is just really difficult, man. It's got to be, I was going to say another force. Just a bit of a half buy. They have some pistols. Not much to write home about. I like this good idea, however, to try to force Septic out of mid. But he's done his DM, and this is a very familiar situation. It's like he's in the Tarek.gg servers again, man. He is just farming 4 players. No issues here. We're only 2 away now. Imperium have such a insanely tall mountain to climb. This is just pure and utter domination. I don't know. I think Eclipse have honestly just been looking better and better as the season has progressed. I mean, they've been doing this to a number of teams. We saw Kinship play them close yesterday, and already I'm seeing some good adjustments from Eclipse. How they're playing against Imperium. This was the first rifle round, and hey, the bomb is already down. Dude, it's been like 20 seconds. Can you guys chill? Oh my god. And look, Mil Moopy. It's a Johan 3K. If I had like a soundboard, I play the air horn thing. Johan 3K. You've heard of Stewie 2K. Now get ready for Johan 3K. It's looking a lot like the end of the line. Imperium, we hardly knew ye, but it was fun to cover your game. I'm sorry that it couldn't be a little bit more competitive. But do you believe in your boys, maybe, when their backs are against the wall? Do you think they can get 11 in a row? Because you're going to have a lot of belief, and my god, that dream that you have will have to come true very, very soon. Ellison has to hold down the site against 4 hungry members of the Eclipse side who all want a big dub, and all who want Ellison dead. He's removed. He's taken care of. And now Carter J is going to be second up on the chopping block. But there is just a firing range pointed at him. He is killed as well. Heretic, are you going to be next up? Or is it going to be Kuz? It looks an awful lot like Kuz. And it's flawless. Eclipse, just holy. I haven't seen that much confidence in a good while. Bro, they just obliterated. Oh my god. I mean, I don't even thinking. Like, that's just rough, bro. I don't even know. Yo, Tsunemori, best joke, man. Good joke. Good joke. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and +1 that joke. Also, I think you're not VIP. You should be VIP. There you are. Now you have a nice little jewel next to your name. I'm wondering if I should be doing a second game because that one was just so one-sided. It looks like third impact R5. Russian Canadians versus Incognito apparently doesn't have a stream yet, so I guess I'm doing that. Alright, well hey, in that case, we're going to have a little bit of an extended break. We'll be back in about 40 minutes for Russian Canadian. Wait, Russian Canadians, do they even have a full roster? I'm not sure if they do. Yo, no problem, Hoppa. I appreciate it. Medibussons. They don't? Okay, I figured. So did they forfeit their game versus Mythic? They're playing 4v5? Oh, that's not even going to be worth it, isn't it? They still picked up 2 rounds, however. That is ridiculous. Okay. Well, do you guys still want to see me cover that? It's probably going to be like a 16-0. I haven't been able to cover much of the Russian Canadians, so. You still want to see me cover it? Alright, well. This is going to be a rough one then. Alright, I'll go ahead and see you guys in a little bit then. It's going to be an extended break, and to be honest, it's probably not going to be a close game. I'm not going to mince words or anything, but hey, I'm the people's champion, right? I have to go ahead and toss it to some ads, and I'll see you a little bit later.